Hey, book friends, it's Caitlin and Tishka here from Spill the Reads. Today, I want to talk about the most amazing book ever. It's like one of my favorite books that I've read recently about vampires. It's called So Thirsty by Rachel Harrison. And let me just preface this by saying that I am not usually a big fantasy person. I'm usually like a thriller, horror kind of reader. But this book was like feminist horror, and I just absolutely loved it. It was like just the thing I needed during spooky season. And it's just so funny because before that, I hadn't really read anything about vampires probably since Twilight.
Where the hell have you been, Luca?
And all of a sudden I just read this random vampire book that I heard about and totally loved it. So today I want to talk about it without giving any spoilers away. So basically this story is about this woman who's turning 36. Her name is Sloane, and she is just kind of complacent and doesn't like to make any waves, but her husband is cheating on her, and she's just getting kind of frustrated with her life. And she has this best friend, Naomi, who has this really exciting lifestyle. She's always abroad with her boyfriend's rock band. And basically, Sloane's husband gives them this birthday gift to go to this fancy hotel for the weekend. So they go, and they're kind of reconnecting, and Naomi is trying to help her to see that she deserves so much more in life than to just kind of accept what's always been. And the moral of the story is just so good. I love this woman kind of learning to take life by the horns. And basically they go out to this bar and they end up meeting this kind of unique gang of characters who have really weird accents, and they're all very attractive and bizarre. And I won't say anything else about them because you can probably imagine who these people are. But it was just such a great modern take on vampires. And I just loved it so much. The story was excellent. I like the side romance because there is some kind of side spicy stuff going on. And there is some horror. I think she's a horror author. So we have some kind of gruesome scenes that kind of make your jaw drop. But it's just so good. I love the story so much. I highlighted a bunch of lines that made me laugh because Rachel Harrison's humor is just chef's kiss. It's so good. I love when I find an author whose humor is just really good because I just feel seen for having weird dark humor. So I'll read a couple things that I underlined. Here we go. She's talking about one of the guys they meet in the bar. She's like, I can't get over this guy. He's so good looking and so ridiculous. He wears tight satin pants and a sheer black button up that's not sufficiently buttoned. The top buttons have been given the night off. Silver necklaces disappear into a forest of dark chest hair. He's like a caricature, only he's too hot to be a caricature. Like if a young Colin Farrell were to play Rasputin in a sexy, not at all historically accurate biopic. I wish I could say more without spoiling it for you, but I want to be careful. The ending is just a little bit ambiguous. I'm pretty sure I understood what happened, but if you'd be interested in having a spoiler explanation video of everything that happened, let me know in the comments and I'll think about making one. So immediately after I finished this book, I picked up another one of Rachel Harrison's books called Cackle. And this one I really liked a lot too. It's very, very similar if you liked So Thirsty, but basically instead of it being about vampires, it's about witches, and the character gets dumped by her boyfriend, and she goes out to this small town that is really charming and kind of reminds me of Stars Hollow. And she meets this woman there who is basically a witch, and they become friends. And this witch kind of helps her get her life back on track. It's also very funny and just a lot of similar vibes to this book. And yeah, let me know what other books you guys have been reading during spooky season, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.